Oh look, he's making another discussion video again. Oh my god, when's he gonna make a tutorial on GTA 5? I don't know, mate, maybe Red Dead will be the next one. Mate, all I get comments on now is the Hitler video, and what fucking that's fucked as it is. And yes, that is right, I am plugging my video. But honestly, just go read the comments, they're actually mad. Kinda tragic really thinking about it now. Oh well, take two. Hello guys, this is Mr.MelonHead here today, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about another discussion video about Batman Arkham Knight's dead open world. Well, let's not call it dead, let's call it flaccid. Not bonerific, but flaccid. Now before you get the wrong interpretation of what I'm trying to say by the intro and the title, you will know that I live off the teat, which is Arkham and Batman, DC, yada yada. I try to give all credit where it's due when it comes to these games, because they are absolute masterpieces. For example, the beautiful high sky city of Gotham within Arkham Knight. Not to mention the realism of the look of the game, due to the fact that it's the newest game, puts it in the favour or in that category, but regardless, the game design itself is beautiful. Just look at the concept art. And then we jump over to the granddaddy of them all, Arkham Asylum, which has the creepiest vibe you could get in a video game, with the prison-like environment, with also some madhouse haunted fling on the end of it. And not to mention the comic book level of feel towards it, it's just, ugh. Then we jump over to my sweet potato pie called Arkham City, where they have an almost schoolyard brawl environment, almost a naughty nightclub vibe as well, or a Saturday night out vibe towards it too, with their immense level of design and concept art and generally the world it's in, not to mention it's prison-like too. I just mean, look at the concept art. Just go ahead and look it up, soak it in. Piece of shit. Nah, I'm joking. I mean, I'm just saying, I feel like the level of detail within these games are just so much better than your average game, such as, I don't know, Tom Clancy, where it's just like a standard bog world, or like a new Call of Duty map, which is just copy and paste from the last one. Just no need to compare and contrast, I just want to make that very clear. But now you must be thinking, wait Josh, you're going against the title of the video, what do you mean? Well, let me get to the point in a second. To make the world, you need to have the characters within it to shape the world. Which leads me to my next area of discussion. Arkham Knight was built to look like the grand finale of the trilogy. Well, I guess you could say it is. But towards the end of it, it didn't feel like it. There could be so many reasons why. Some people weren't satisfied with the end of the game. Some people just didn't like the playthrough of the game. But in my personal opinion, I thought it was, when everything was all said and done, that was my problem. You were on the streets, everyone knew your identity. You had the Batmobile and a whole city, but you were just Batman, or were you just Bruce Wayne at that point within Gotham? Now maybe the point of the ending was meant to make you feel like all hope was lost, or as he says in the game, there needs to be something that rises from the ashes of the Batman. Maybe that is what you're meant to feel like during the end of the game. But with me personally, I felt within this world, this big, the luxury of this amount of detail, and having these great voice actors for these characters, they couldn't, why did they leave all these side characters out? I mean, it's crazy to me. I mean, within Arkham City, they set a standard, where it was, you could go off as Batman by yourself, explore the city, solve things, punch people, destroy things, as you do. But then you had the option to go to a group of cats, and then you'd get a booty call from a Catwoman, and you'd have a little flirt, as you do. And then you'd either play as Catwoman for a bit, and that'll be that. And then you go off, pounce off, little booty, do that thing.
I think I'm going to enjoy this.
We did too, Catwoman, believe me. Because of your relationship with bats, it made it feel that much more alive and authentic. Because of the perspectives of the situation, you get to see their personalities shine through their goals and their mission, thus changing your gameplay experience when you're jumping back and forth between the cat and the bat. And it really does bring another layer of life towards the game itself. For example, you have good old Bats, and he is so uptight, he has non-existent humour. and believes that Arkham City is a big burden on his shoulders, as he believes it's his responsibility to look after Gotham, as you know. So, as Arkham City is so inhumane, has political prisoners who are innocent people, and Batman Bruce Wayne himself, innocent as ever, was thrown in there. So he knows for a fact that there's innocent people within the walls of Arkham City. And his main objective is to shut Arkham City down. Whereas on the other pool, you have Catwoman, who is consistently flirting with bats every chance she gets. And her general attitude towards the situation is generally like, it's playful, it's like, there's, you know, it's like, it's not that deep as, you know, as how she's looking at it. Well, yeah, she's obviously taking everything into account. She obviously knows she's in danger at any point. She goes about Arkham City like it's a game. Like, she's having fun with everyone. Like, she's like, oh yeah, I'm pretty much having a contest with Two-Face to who can one-up each other the most. I'm flirting with bats, trying to make him crack from his code sort of thing, you know. She's a very playful character, and it's almost the complete opposite to your main protagonist, which does obviously, like I said, show a lighter side of the environment and towards this game. Right, now that I've actually planted my love triangle for these two characters within your skull, we took that example of Arkham City where they've had such a variety in the characters, and with that concept I just discussed, imagine implementing that within the characters and, well, the Bat family you see within Arkham Knight. Think of how much of a rich experience that would feel with all their different personalities, and even, you know, the unique dialogue you'd have when meeting at character switch points. You know, you could be Robin, yeah, you could then go and meet up with Nightwing, you could then get your posse together and go off and just find some thugs in a warehouse somewhere causing a bit of trouble. As they're like brothers of the Robins, they would literally just have such a fun time together, and you would as well. Yeah, you would enjoy it just as much, and you'd see a different side of the whole Bat family than you would have just through the eyes of the Batman. But then again, it's going against what the title of the game was, Be the Batman, which is very, very fucking different. And again, they could have used that dual takedown to support this bona fide, magnificent idea. You'd see their personalities flow in such an amazing way, and it would just, it just would get you hard. But overall, what I'm really trying to say is that with this rich idea, getting to spend so many more hours of gameplay with them, so many rather than just rounding their story arcs off or being a plot device to further the main story. I love Arkham, and I do think their characters should be treated as more rather than less. Just to add on to that, what I'm also trying to say is, I'm just trying to say the world of Arkham Knight feels empty after completion. But I know you'll say, but Josh, the Batmobile, no. Yeah, Batmobile is absolutely great, wonderful, and does everything I want it to and more. But it feels like it needs something to bounce back off of. And as you know, that I believe that character development is the way to go. Right then, moving on to the second phase of this video. Alright, so first of all, we obviously just talked about how we think the characters developed can make the open world lively. And this other aspect really shows the opposite end of the spectrum to what I've been previously talking about. So, as I've been talking about the characters, making it more lively in the world, but then again, once you're with your character, what will you do within that world? I mean, with Arkham Knight, it's already complete. The only thing you can do is take down thugs on the street and take them down out of their cars. Now, with a game such as Arkham Origins, he's just started out being Batman. He knows no one. I mean, he spends some of the time in the game smashing cops to pieces. I mean, you know, he's not getting along with anyone in this game at all. So it's appropriate that he's got reported crimes everywhere he goes to attend. If he's the Batman and he feels like his responsibility to look after every single bit of property within Gotham, then he has to protect everything, doesn't he? And this is perfect because this represents his early days so damn well. If they added this into Arkham Knight, it would have been so much cooler as well, because they would have had so much variety. They did have so much variety in Origins, where they had location, different types of fights, gang wars, someone trying to break into a building on a rooftop, someone trying to break into a safe or something, someone trying to pick a lock. There's always something going down within Origins, which was, you know, a surprise, or, you know, something like, wow, why did this happen? And there's so many different NPC types which you could fight, and they're sometimes a big brute, sometimes it was a Bane lookalike, then it was just two random different groups fighting each other, and then they all team up to try and beat the bat down at once. I mean, it was, you know, it was so full of life. And if they just, even if they just had some like thugs on the rooftops like they did in Arkham City, that would have made it feel a bit more lively to more of a certain extent. But if they added this as well, that would have just been amazing. I mean, Origins is absolutely fine for its time, and I think it's very underrated as a game. But from the point from City to Night, I always had this feeling, since the dynamics in City, that they would let you have more diversity when it came to Arkham Knight. Turns out that they may have went for more of a story purpose. Obviously, become the Batman, be the Batman, you're in the Batmobile, it's all about the bats, everything's fucking batty, and, you know, fair play to them. They made an absolutely smashing game, and I cannot really criticise them too much for it. For DLC wise, I believe that, you know, this could have been crucial to making it last a lot longer, and as it was a finale of the game, that it was so much more appropriate to be able to work with all your allies when it came to the end of the trilogy. Alright then guys, that about wraps it. So that was everything wrong with the Arkham Knight open world and how it could have been improved. Yeah, I hope you like my suggestions. So everything I talked about on this video was everything I believe that to me needed to be changed to make this open world everything it could have been. You know, just pulling from different games and so on and so forth. You spend so long playing these games and so on, but you want them to be so much better than they are, even though they're amazing games. You want them to be that much more at the same time. To do my channel, I know I will be uploading a lot more recently, so be on the lookout for those sort of videos. Well, I'm not even going to tell you what sort of videos are going to come out, I'm just going to be like, well, here it is. What do you think? Is it dog ass? Is it alright? You'll fucking find out, won't you? Well, anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching the video. You know, do as you will with the video. Any feedback necessary, or any feedback at all, is just absolutely great to me. Dislike the video if you want, like it, I don't really mind. As long as it's constructive, it's your playground, guys. Anyways, like, favourite, comment and subscribe, guys, and I will see you very soon.